Hey guys, I want to show you all the really good leads that the community has found so far for the Ghost and Skulls 2 Easter egg on Rave in the Redwoods. First thing I want to show you guys is this image that was posted on Reddit, and I don't know who posted it, but if somebody can let me know, I will definitely credit them down in the description. The person that had posted this found this before Rave in the Redwoods was ever released, and after working on Ghost and Skulls 2 for a little while and getting, familiar with the map, I wanted to go back and look at the image to see how it compared. This image is not of any specific location on the map, but I think it's trying to represent that area where the RV is and that drink like beer stand in the Rave dance area. It definitely has a lot of interesting art within it, and some things really do stand out. There are some images that we have seen. If you zoom in to this drinks stand, you can see like a starburst. That's the smiley face. We've seen that at spawn. You can see the cat face, and there's also a frowny face on the beer keg, and all of these are at the spawn area. Some images we have not seen is back there on that fence. There's like a weird pink bird with some hearts, question marks, and then what looks like a stop clock. One of the hands looks like it's going to 7 and the other at 4. Again, I don't know what this picture was intended for, but it looks like they're definitely putting some stuff in there that could be important. It does remind me a little bit of the PS4 theme, some of the art here on the side of this RV. And if you keep scrolling to the right, you see some pretty interesting images right here. It looks like a ghost and also a skull painted onto some mushrooms. So we've seen the cat, the starburst, the smiley faces, but we've not seen these images anywhere. And we've definitely not seen any mushrooms. Is this possibly a hint towards the Ghost and Skull Easter egg? Like this might be one of the steps in some of the images we might see in game? Mushrooms definitely fit the 90s rave theme, so is it possible that we're gonna have to somehow find these in the foliage somewhere where they're gonna like pop up and be a part of one of the steps? This next lead I want to show you guys looks very suspicious and like it could be one of the 6 steps. And big shout out to Daily Gamer Nick, Dexter, and Dubbed Out. They found this one skull right here on this doorway, and again there's another one over there by those lights, and there's 2 upstairs by the lost and found. This one on the doorway is really hard to see unless you're in rave mode, and then it just pops right out at you. So they're small enough, hidden enough, and odd enough to definitely seem like some type of step. But yeah, there's 4 total, 2 downstairs in the slasher dungeon, and then 2 right here by the lost and found. This is an actual accessory that you can put on your weapon, and it's called the demon skull. The next thing that looks really obvious, like it could be something, are these 2 cars right here outside of the rave dance area. And shout out again to those guys for noticing this, but it definitely looks like skulls on the hood of those cars, like the 2 eyes, and then the grill makes the teeth. Also on the side of one of these cars, it looks like a teddy bear shadow. It's some plants right there, but yeah, that definitely looks like a teddy bear. Here's the other car right here, and that definitely looks like a skull on the hood, and then that grill making the teeth. When you do the Ghost and Skulls Easter egg on Zombies in Spaceland and you go to spell the word ghost, you're looking for those pixel skulls inside of the letters. Those pixel skulls have red eyes, and it definitely looks like the ones on the hood of these cars do as well. The next thing I'm going to show you guys are comparison pictures around the spawn area with and without rave mode on. This one is probably the most well known, but the Ghost and Skulls 2 machine on the left is in rave mode, and the colors of the numbers come to life. And the one on the right, you can't really tell what they are. To me, this definitely says whatever you gotta do it in rave mode. There's been some speculation that you need to go into rave mode and then listen to the fairies and get a certain amount of kills based on the color of fairy that you actually listen to, and try to match it up with the numbers, like get 1 kill for a green, a yellow, 9, orange 9, and then only 2 for a red. I went around the entire map and listened to all the fairies several times and was able to break it down to these 5 colors right here. There were definitely a lot of green and a lot of purple fairies, but I never really saw a red one, and even the yellow ones kind of were, questionable if they were really green or not. At best, these are pastel colors and not really matching up with those numbers on that machine very well. The green fairy definitely matches up with the number 1 in the 1992, so that's definitely still a possibility. After seeing the smiley face, the starburst, and the cat face in that other picture, I thought, well, these might be pretty important, so I wanted to go in and compare them. On the left is in rave mode, on the right is not, and one change to this is Jeff's name. He goes from almost black to being green, but the smiley and the frowny faces and the starburst don't really change. Here's the next image. This is upstairs by the Tough Enough, and the only real change here is the cat on the left. He's got some green eyelashes, and without rave mode he doesn't. Same thing with the cat by the Mule Munchies. The one in Rave mode on the right has the eyelashes. It seems to be a pretty important image because it shows up on a few of the murals that are around the map that are showing the developers, and the cat is like right in the center. Here's a comparison of the clocks, and these are on the right side of the Ghosts and Skulls machine. The clock on the left, I believe, says 10:10. And the clock on the right says 1:50. And what it seems is that the hour and minute hands are switched. This next one is on the wall as you're going up the stairs where you can get the baseball bat, but one of these little characters turns yellow in Rave mode, and you can see that on the left. The same image is upstairs by Tough Enough inside of a zombie spawn, and it's the same thing. That one character turns like a yellowish orange. As you're leaving the Tough Enough room, you can see the same drawings on the left side of the wall, and it does the same thing. That one little character is green, and when it goes into Rave mode, it turns into this like orange yellow. What makes these images more suspicious is that for Ghosts and Skulls 1 on Zombies in Spaceland, they started this Easter egg in the spawn area, and they started you off like looking at those balloons. And on Rave in the Redwoods, they spawn you in, and the first thing you see that like catches your eye is that pink cat on the wall. I would be very surprised if one of these drawings in Spawn doesn't end up being a part of something. I'm sure you guys are aware of the zombie heads that pop out of the walls during Rave mode in the Spawn and also the mess hall. It definitely seems important, and like it could be a step for Ghosts and Skulls 2. I'm not going to cover that in this video because we're still working on some stuff, and I'll probably make another video about those. Last thing I want to show you guys is something that happened to me today. I fell under the map, and when looking up, I realized that I was seeing only the things that we interacted with. This thing right here is really far away and hard to tell what it is, but I'll let you know that this is the mask on the wall. This is where you get the mask charm, and right here is where you get the shovel charm. That's the actual shovel that's down in that grave. Those two little purple specks right there are the activation buttons for the flogger trap. Right here you can see a zombie spawn window. So again, everything that's lit up in purple is something that we interact with. And what do you know, those bats flying in a circle are lit up bright purple. Like there's no doubt we're supposed to interact with them if it follows the rules of everything that I'm seeing right here. Those specks right there are the eagle or hawk statue right by that fire pit outside of Spawn, and we put it down and you could definitely see it like this. It was really small, but yeah, I could tell what they were. Other things that showed up in purple were the lamps for the ring charm. The boat showed up. You could see that really good. You can see all the things that move that we actually interact with. But why are the bats showing up? There's a lot of stuff that moves on the map, but again, everything that is an Easter egg or something that we interact with is showing up like this. I got a closer look and listen to the bats when I was on the map, and they're definitely bats, and they're making these chirping noises and yeah, circling above the bait and tackle shop. Apparently bats will, circle when they're feeding, and they make these little chirping noises for like sonar echolocation so that they can find the insects or whatever they're going to feed on. So I don't know if that information is actually going to help to figure out if this is an Easter egg or not. And it's like, how could we interact with these bats? There's a zip line that goes from Spawn down to the beach that does like pass right underneath them. There's also traps that will reach up into the sky, like the fireworks and the balloon trap. And this is definitely nothing new. There's been a lot of people that have gotten out of the map on Black Ops 3 and seen all kinds of stuff that was interactable. And it seems like this is kind of the same thing. I was questioning maybe the bats are just showing up because they're animated and they're moving, but there's a lot of stuff on this map that moves, and everything that's showing up with this purple is something that's either an Easter egg or something that we do something with. But that's all the information that myself and the community has compiled for possible leads to Ghosts and Skulls 2. I hope this helped you guys out, and we'll see you next video.